Well, adolescence is the developmental period when sensation seeking and the need for testing boundaries is at an all-time high, especially in boys. However, we know that the adolescent brain isn't fully developed yet, and it will continue developing until at least the mid-20s. So teenagers in particular are undergoing huge changes in their brain structure and function, and this makes them even more sensitive to their social environment and the importance of that social connection with their friends. So we have this unique situation with adolescents where they're often desperate to push boundaries and establish their independence. But the parts of their brain that will ultimately help them make the most sensible choices haven't finished developing yet, sorry. So it's like they have an incomplete emotional toolkit at a time when they need it the most. And it's important to remember that all this is going on even when there's not a global pandemic with adolescents. So once we add in the lockdown restrictions and social distancing enforcements into the picture, it's probably to be expected that we're seeing even more pushback from young people. In terms of advice for parents, I guess there are a few things that we can do. First, we need to validate their disappointment, I think, by acknowledging that it's totally normal that they want to hang out with their friends and empathise with them that, it's unfortunate they can't do that at the moment. You've got to remember that a whole range of social activities have been cancelled for them that they do find really enjoyable, like parties and sporting events and music festivals and other major events. So that has to be really difficult for them. Secondly, we should encourage them to connect virtually with their friends via FaceTime or Zoom or Google Hangouts or any other virtual forum that they may use, because this social connection is super important for adolescents. Okay. And of course, we might need to lower the bar a little in terms of the usual screen time limits for that to happen. And thirdly, I think we definitely need to keep talking with our young people about COVID-19 and also about the widespread consequences that it's having beyond the restrictions on their social lives. So we could gently encourage them to see that the social distancing measures that are in place aren't really about them. They're more about the more vulnerable people in society, such as older people, grandma and grandpa. And we could even try and personalize it for them by confronting questions like, what if it was grandma or grandpa who got sick because of a choice that you and your friends made to get together and hang out? Or if they've got friends or family members who might be doctors or nurses or any frontline health professionals, or uni students who are studying to become one of those professionals, how would they feel if that person contracted COVID-19 at work because of a decision that they'd made to hang out with their friends? And as Susan just mentioned, it's important to keep a calm and reassuring tone when we're having these conversations, especially noting that parents might be feeling a bit stressed out themselves. So it's probably worth taking a few deep breaths before you start these conversations.